You're watching Down at the Barns, following the stories of people and their love of classic cars. Everything from restoration to electric conversion. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode.
But something a little bit more cultured now. This is a Chesil Speedster, so it's a copy of the Porsche 356. It's got nowhere near the power of the Porsche, but it doesn't need it. This is much more of a out cruising on a Sunday afternoon with your friends. Let the wife take you out down the pub in it. It's lovely. There we go, ready to go. Still got a gear stick, which is quite cool, but it just does drive and reverse. I do like that. So off we go. So this car's got a whole new chassis. It's not compared to the original Chesil Speedster. So it's not a Beetle chassis anymore. It's specifically designed for both the petrol engine and the electric powertrain. Look at the sunshine. So as you can see, it's not the same performance, but far more cultured drive. It's not big and heavy. This is very light, easy to drive. We're doing 40 miles an hour. There's plenty of torque there. Tipping, it still gives you a kick. Accelerates. It's very smooth on the suspension as well. So it's actually all round. It's quite just a nice, easy to drive. Of course, tipping. There's probably too much wind noise because it's such a lovely day with the roof down. If we slow down so I can hear it. This motor in here is 120 kilowatts, so 160 horsepower, 310 newton meters. Revs up to 12,000 RPM. But the gearing is such that the pull away is not as intense as it was in the Porsche, or as intense as it is in the original car. It does waft away from the line a little bit. That's probably the bit that we need to go away and work on, maybe change the gearing. But the mid-speed, I mean, we're doing 30 miles an hour now. Tip it, really pulls. Very quickly, you're doing 60 miles an hour. For country lanes, it's fantastic. I said earlier on that the steering's very light, it's very precise. Brakes are great. Well, I like to use the brakes. It's got a reasonable amount of regen. Again, we can tune that. At the moment you lift off and it just slowly decreases, pretty similar to the petrol. But when you touch the brakes, obviously we go to another level of regen and try and get back as much energy as you can back into the battery. So it's a mid-September day and it's gorgeous. It really is nice out here. Okay? Driving through the country villages. It is lovely. The motor is very smooth, but it's also very quiet. So it's not intruding on you. You have a conversation, right? You can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me above the wind noise. It is. I suppose it's a question of which one I'd have. I think if I was going to go on a long journey, I'd probably take this one. I want to black down the country lanes, I'll take the 111. But I don't think I've got enough room to have both, unfortunately. My wife would kill me. Could put the roof up. That's it's not really right on a day like today, is it? So we have a digital screen in this car as well. It tells us all the different details. We're running at about 360 volts at the moment, so about 60% state of charge. At the moment we're pulling about 5 Newton meters on a cruise, and it's nothing. So yeah, energy consumption. I think in this car we're somewhere around about 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Should give it a range of 180 miles, maybe 200 if you're doing this, so it could keep going forever. Whereas in the 911, it's just because of the power and the way that you drive the car, it's doing around about 3 miles per kilowatt hour, but it's got a much bigger battery, so the range in that one's about 200 miles.
Is much more refined. It's a 1950s cruiser. It's just oozes the origins of Porsche 356, then through into the 911. It's electric and it wafts along. It's lovely. It's the sort of thing that you would take away for a weekend. You and your wife off enjoying, hundreds of miles of motoring in it. I could really see that.